Hello, everyone, and welcome to Reel Me In, a movie podcast, where you didn't really ask for it, but hey, I'm going to give it to you anyways. This is a podcast where I talk about anything, everything, and, well, anything about movies. As the title suggests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be going over an extensive review of Interstellar, the new Christopher Nolan movie starring Matthew McConaughey, but don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything because I'm not an asshole. And I'm also going to talk about the Star Wars 7 title that was announced this week via Twitter, because Disney is boss like that. And I'm going to talk about a bunch of trailers that came out, a bunch of news stories, including the Star Wars one. I will go over my favorite space movies in honor of Interstellar, my Interstellar review, and, of course, box office results for the weekend. And then we'll wrap it up like always. You guys know the drill. First off, I want to say this is episode 51. And if you guys don't know this, this marks my 1-year anniversary doing this show to the day. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, Chase, you're fucking dumb. There's 52 weeks in a year, which means that should be your year anniversary, because I do one every week, so episode 52 should be it, right? No. I was actually really consistent throughout the entire year. I actually missed 1 week. Sue me. But the next following week, I did an hour-long podcast, so I totally made up for it. But this is a 1-year anniversary. Holy shit, we made it to this moment. I haven't been arrested yet. The SWAT team hasn't come bursting through my window saying this podcast sucks dick and they're going to arrest me and take me to the president. So we're doing well, guys. We're doing well. Which brings me to my next thing. How are you guys doing today? You guys doing pretty good? You guys go to any bar mitzvahs this week? Any Jewish people out there? No? Did you guys go to a bar or something? I don't know what you guys do. Would you guys tell me what you guys fucking do besides listen to this podcast? Because I know you guys have better lives than I do. All right. So before we get started, I'm going to go over our sponsor for today, which is CobraCoins.com. They specialize in creating fully customized coins for any occasion. You can create something unique that you can call your own. These coins are collected by video gamers and movie buffs everywhere. Seriously, like if you ask to put like some Star Wars emblem on it, or a Marvel character, or a saying from a movie, just ask them, and they can probably do it. And most likely they will. And if they won't, I will personally go yell at the person behind this website. Cobra Coins is trusted by many police departments around the nation, not to mention the U.S. Coast Guard, the Air Force, and even your neighborhood-friendly Walmart. Create your customized coin today at CobraCoins.com and receive a 10% off discount by mentioning my name, Chase Lee. CobraCoins.com, cold-blooded, high prices. I always want to say it like that. I don't know why I always want to end the tagline by saying it like that. It just sounds sexier. Like, did you guys ever think that coins would ever be sexy? Well, because they fucking are, like, when I say it like that. So, coins, the sexiest thing on the planet. All right, so we got a lot to talk about, guys. Let's jump right into it. All right, so for movie trailers, I'm going to talk about 5 of them. I'm going to try to go through them pretty fast because I don't want to spend like 20 hours on this. All right, so the final Hobbit trailer came out, The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. I'm super stoked for it. I cannot wait. I actually really liked Unexpected Journey, and I really loved Desolation of Smaug. It's not Smaug, guys. It's Smaug. So sound like a cat with Down syndrome, and you're good to go. Smaug. So the final Hobbit trailer came out, and it looks fucking epic. Holy shit, guys! This is what I heard. The Battle of the Five Armies is like 45 minutes long. This is what I've heard. I cannot wait. And listen, I saw both Hobbit movies in 48 frames a second. I really liked that frame rate for the movie. I thought it worked really well. So I actually am excited to see the third Hobbit in 48 frames. It looks beautiful. It's a great way to end the prequel trilogy, if you will. So I'm looking forward to it. The next trailer is Into the Woods. This is the musical orgy of Disney. Listen, I don't mind musicals, and I also don't mind Broadway stuff being adapted into movies, but this movie's about, like, Red Riding Hood, Cinderella, Rapunzel. It's like everything like crammed into one. It's like basically if all the Disney characters had a giant orgy under the Mouse House, like this is what this movie would be. So I'm not looking forward to it, I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, it stars Johnny Depp. He plays a wolf, and he's got a bunch of pubic hair all over his face. It's got Meryl Streep. She looks like she's an old lady that has like she's just lost her mind in like a mental institution or something. You have Anna Kendrick, you have Emily Blunt, you have Chris Pine. It's just not for me. I'm not the target demographic for it. Now, if my girlfriend wants to drag me to it, I'm totally okay with that. But as for me personally, I will not go see Into the Woods. I'm not into musicals, nor am I into musicals from Disney. I like Disney a lot, but, it's, yeah. Okay, so The Gambler stars... The next trailer is The Gambler, stars Mark Wahlberg, and he basically plays a guy that gambles, and he hustles his way through life and stuff, and I think it looks great. And it looks like Mark lost a lot of weight for this role, because, when he did Pain and Gain and Transformers and all these other movies, he was really buff and he was really ripped, and so he looks really skinny in this, but, like, he looks like a sleazeball, which I'm totally okay with. And, since this is a piece of Mark Wahlberg news, you guys know I have to do it, so get ready for the shittiness. Hey, so Mark Wahlberg, you're going to be starring in The Gambler. How was that? Hey, hey, how's it going? I'm Mark Wahlberg. How you doing over there? Hey, so after Transformers 4, I was like, I got to go back to my roots and, like, act in some good movies, And so I was like, yo, man, I want to act in The Gambler. The Gambler seems like my type of speed, yo. And so I was like, I'm going to casinos every day. We're doing research, blowing my millions of dollars on card games and stuff. It was really wicked, man. Oh, thanks, Mark Wahlberg, for coming into my room like this and explaining why you chose The Gambler as your next project. It looks good. I will see it. I like Mark Wahlberg, as you guys know. So I will definitely see The Gambler. The next one is Chappie, and this actually has Hugh Jackman in it. What? When I saw the trailer, I was like, because I knew about this project way beforehand, but I never knew Hugh Jackman was in it. And this stars Hugh Jackman, like I said, and it's written and directed by Neil Blomkamp, and he did District 9 back in 2009, I believe, and then Elysium from 2012. I didn't really care for Elysium that much. There was cool visuals, and Matt Damon, I thought did a pretty good job, and Charlotte Copley, but I love District 9. And so, but the thing with Chappie is it looks exactly like District 9 and Elysium. It looks like Neil Blomkamp is never going to go outside of his comfort zone and outside of his box. So, I don't know, man. Like, after Chappie, like, do something different, but I'll still see Chappie for the sake of, like, curiosity, but other than that, like, I'm not really too pumped for it, so there's that. And then, of course, on Monday night, this thing dropped on a Monday night, and I watched it, and this is the Minions movie. Now, I love Despicable Me 1. I also love Despicable Me 2. But no one can say that the Minions were not the best thing about those movies. The Minions are good in small doses. And so, when they're sprinkled throughout the Despicable Me movies, I'm just like, they're funny. They're funny little characters. They're cute, they're adorable, whatever. But when they announced that they're going to make their own movie of the Minions, just straight up Minions, I was a little worried. Because, Despicable Me is like a cake, and the Minions are like the icing. They just kind of like, make the cake better. But do you really want to eat a whole thing of icing? You know what I'm saying? So, it looks funny. I'm not going to lie. The trailer actually won me over. I was like, I really like this trailer. It's funny. It's cute. Kids are going to like it. I think people that are fans of the Minions will like it. So, I'm going to see it, that weekend, but I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see how they play a whole movie of just Minions. But like I said, the trailer won me over. It was cute, adorable, it's funny. I'm in. So those are the trailers that dropped this week. If you have a favorite or you want to comment on any of them, comment that place to upload my voice and let me know. Moving on to the news. I have 3 pieces of news that I picked out for today. The first thing is that Toy Story 4 is happening. And it's coming out June 17th, and it's directed by John Lasseter, who's basically like the godfather of Pixar. He wrote and directed the first Toy Story, Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, and he's been like the executive producer and like the overseer of like every single Pixar project that Disney has pooped out of their rectum. So, John Lasseter is like the guy. Now, a lot of people, when this news came out, they were just like, fuck no, man! Like, why is there a Toy Story 4? Toy Story 3 ended so perfectly. Why do you need a 4th one? And I agree. Toy Story 3 was like a perfect conclusion to any trilogy. Now, when I heard about this news, I was okay with it. Why? Because the Toy Story movies are good. It's the same way with any franchise. Do they need sequels? No. But one, it made a shit ton of money. Toy Story 3 made over $1 billion. Of course, Disney's going to hike up their pants and like pull out their checkbooks and write Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. Well, Tim Allen's not really doing much. I think he's at a taco stand somewhere. But Tom Hanks is pretty busy. So like I'm sure they're willing to spend as much as possible to get the original cast back to do another Toy Story. So the fact that they're doing another Toy Story, I'm okay with. I think it'll be good. Like those Toy Story movies are some of the best animated films ever made, and so I'm looking forward to the fourth one. So I really have no problem with it. A lot of people don't like it because the third one didn't end perfectly, which it did. But yeah, bring it on. Like I'm okay with that. But hey, Pixar, if you're listening, if you ever listen to this, if there's ever anyone that kidnaps you and holds a gun to your head and says, you better listen to Real Me and Colin, the movie podcast, and you're listening to this episode, make an Incredibles 2. Where the fuck are you guys doing that? Like, where is that going in your slate of movies? The Incredibles was awesome. I want to see a sequel. That sets it up for a sequel. So, that's my thoughts on Toy Story 4. Bring it on, man. I love those movies. So, it's really creepy when I go see them and I'm in a theater full of children because it makes me look like, Chris Hansen's going to pop out and be like, have a seat. Have a seat right over there. I'm going to talk to you for a second. So, all right, next piece of news is the biggest piece of news because fucking Star Wars. Fucking Star Wars, man. Now listen, I'm going to give you guys a little fucking insight to me right now. I am not the biggest Star Wars fan. Ooh, I know. I fucking said it. I like the movies. I'm just not in love with them. If anything, I can tell you, just looking at my fucking room right now, I'm in love with comic book movies. I like some teenage or adult novel adaptations. I like a lot of good movies and stuff, but like Star Wars is, I like it and stuff, but it's not my thing. But Star Wars on their Twitter account basically was like, hey, Star Wars 7, The Force Awakens just wrapped shooting. Wait, what? Like, this whole movie's been in secrecy for like the past year, and they just fucking dropped that bombshell and give it its subtitle. It came out of nowhere, and so they dropped on their Twitter that Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, has wrapped principal photography, and they're moving on to post now. Because as you guys know, Star Wars Episode 7 was slated for a December 18th, 2015 release, so it's about a year away, and they dropped the title, The Force Awakens. Now, not being an extreme Star Wars nut, I can tell you that I like the title. I don't find anything wrong with it. And a lot of people are just like, it's fucking hokey, it's fucking cheesy. And I don't know why I sound like a British rock star on a cocaine addiction. But like, The Force Awakens, yeah, it sounds cheesy, but fucking look at all 6 of them. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, how fucking original. Star Wars Episode 4, the first one, A New Hope. Yeah, that sounds really thought-provoking. Number 5, Empire Strikes Back. Number 6, Return of the Jedi. Do you see what I'm talking about? Like, all these subtitles are very basic. They're not like anything that's like extravagant. Yes, they play a huge pivotal part in how the story is told, but like, they're nothing where it's like, oh my god, it's the best fucking title ever. Ah! I just jazzed on my computer. So like, listen, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, like, it's a good title. I think it's really cool because like, after number 6, between 6 and 7, there's like I think it was 30 years between each story. So The Force Awakens tells me that like shit's gonna go down. Shit is going to rise up again and try to take over, and like Jedis are gonna go after the Siths again. Like it just sounds like this is gonna be part of like a bigger battle that's gonna happen probably in Episode 9. So I'm okay with the title. I think it's a really good title. I'm really curious to see what you guys think down below. All right, last piece of news is that Channing Tatum is supposed to join the Hateful Eight cast. I'm going to keep this short and simple. I fucking love that. Listen, I watched Foxcatcher the other day, and Channing Tatum gave the best performance I've ever seen him given. Like, he's so good in that movie, and it makes you go, hey man, if he wants to be in any movie by any director, I'm okay with it. And the fact that Quentin Tarantino gave him the go-ahead to be in his movie, like, I'm in. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, when Quentin Tarantino says, you are good enough to be in my movie, That's a big fucking deal. And it's the same way with Matthew McConaughey and how Christopher Nolan chose him for Interstellar, which we will get to. So Channing Tatum joining Hateful Eight, I'm in. So I really have nothing more to say. I'm looking forward to the Hateful Eight so much because I love me some Tarantino. So those are all the news stories for today. Comment in the place to trouble in my voice and let me know what you thought about any of these news stories, especially Star Wars 7. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of thoughts about that. All right, so I'm going to go over some of my favorite space movies, my favorite outer space movies, just real quick, and we'll get into Interstellar. So I don't know where to start. Like, all these are very, very different. And I was trying to pick out a few of like each category, you know, like a sci-fi comedy versus like a sci-fi drama, more of like an action film, more of a straight up comedy, more of an animated movie, so more of a horror. So like I try to pick a little bit of everything because I do like all these films, and so let's just kind of go over them. The first one is Alien. Now, this was Ridley Scott's film back in '79, I believe, and it plays more of like a horror thriller type thing, but it takes place all out in outer space, and it's just a really creepy atmospheric movie that just makes you not want to go in outer space like at all. It's like, thanks Ridley Scott. Like basically Ridley Scott, when that movie came out, he crushed like the hopes and dreams of many astronauts. Yeah, I really like Alien. It's a really good creepy movie, but it's a really good outer space movie if you guys have not seen it. 2001: A Space Odyssey, directed by Stanley Kubrick. This movie is, it's one of the best movies ever made. It's hard to explain, like, without, like, spoiling anything, but it's, like, I guess the best way to put it, like, just to kind of wrap it up in vague terms is it shows the evolution of mankind. And it's shot with great visuals, especially for the 60s. Guys, this movie was made, like, in the 60s, yet it looks like it was made last week. So, it's just a beautiful-looking movie. It's very thought-provoking. It's Stanley Kubrick, guys. The Shining. Holy shit, I just went blank. Full Metal Jacket. This guy has made so many good movies, it's ridiculous. I know, I sound like an idiot right now because I can't think of any. I don't know why I'm blanking right now. I love Kubrick to death, but I can't I can't think of any of his Eyes Wide Shut. Holy shit, I can't believe I'm blanking, but like, I love Kubrick. I'm looking over my collection right now, and I have a bunch of his movies. I'm just getting tongue-tied right now, but if you guys want to see a very thought-provoking movie of outer space and mankind and evolution and stuff, watch 2001. Great movie. Going more the comedy route, Galaxy Quest. If you guys have not seen Galaxy Quest, it's on Netflix, I think, right now. Go see it. Tim Allen, Sam Rockwell, Alan Rickman, Sigourney Weaver. Basically, it's a bunch of guys that were on a TV show that resembles Star Trek, and it's called Galaxy Quest. Then they're sent to space to actually fight real aliens because people in outer space think that they're the actual, like, people that fight things in space and stuff, but they're really just actors on a TV show. So it's really funny. It's a really good time. I watched the movie so many times as a kid. I love Galaxy Quest. Check that out, guys. My next one I'm going to talk about is Spaceballs. If you guys have not seen Spaceballs, watch that. That is one of the best spoof movies ever made. Listen, when that movie was coming out, Mel Brooks was so highly regarded back in the day that George Lucas himself gave him permission to make fun of his movie. That tells you how good Mel Brooks is. He's the writer-director behind Spaceballs, and, you know, he did Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, History of the World Part 1. I own most of his movies. I love Mel Brooks' spoof movies. They never get old, especially Spaceballs and Blazing Saddles. But Spaceballs basically makes fun of Star Wars A New Hope. It's so funny. Dark Helmet, played by Rick Moranis. He plays Darth Vader, and it's so funny. Next one I want to talk about is Starship Troopers. This is one of my favorite guilty pleasures of all time. It's directed by Paul Verhoeven, who has come out in interviews saying he loves, like, nudity and sex in his movies. Like, I own, like, most of his movies. It's true. He does. He has a lot of nudity in all of his movies, but Starship Troopers is such a fun movie. The action is good. The effects are actually really good for its time. It's a movie that, like, it makes fun of, like, the military and, like, news and stuff. It's like a huge propaganda piece making fun of it and stuff. And so I really love Starship Troopers. If you guys can find that somewhere, watch it. And if you're a Neil Patrick Harris fan, he's in that movie. That's one of the first ones I ever recognized him in. So Starship Troopers, one of my favorite guilty pleasures of all time. I've seen the movie 1,000 times, but it never gets old. And the last one I want to talk about is WALL-E from Pixar. I think that's a very beautiful movie, especially when WALL-E's on Earth and when WALL-E's in space. I think it's just a really good space movie, and how we as humans are basically degrading this planet, and how we might have to go to another planet to get resources and live on and stuff. It's just a really good Pixar movie, and the first 45 minutes are silent. It all focuses on WALL-E, the little robot on Earth, and how he's cleaning up stuff, and it's just really good, guys. Check it out if you have not seen WALL-E. Which brings me to Interstellar, because this is a great segue, because Interstellar is exactly like WALL-E in the sense of, Earth is becoming this huge dust ball, and they have to go to another planet where they can sustain life and basically use that planet up. So Interstellar is along the same premises. So Interstellar. This is one of the most anticipated movies of the year. People are going ape shit over this, and rightfully so. It's Christopher Nolan. I mean, I'm looking over my collection right now, and I have all of his movies except for the following. But he has done Memento, The Prestige, Inception, Insomnia, The Dark Knight, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises. Christopher Nolan is a very good director. He is not one of my personal favorites of all time, so yes, all you Nolan fanboys, come fucking at me, because I'm ready to argue and throw down. That sounds sexual. Moving on. So, Christopher Nolan has made very good movies, and I've even said myself, my favorite movie of his is actually not The Dark Knight, which is most everyone's favorite. My favorite is actually The Prestige, which is the magic movie. I love The Prestige. It is so, so good, and I really love Memento as well. So going into Interstellar, I was expecting a lot. It's Christopher Nolan. The trailers look good. I love myself some McConaughey. All right. The thing was destined to look good. Do I like it? I actually love it quite a bit. But there's some things about it I really don't care for. But it doesn't negate the fact that I love this film. It's not going to hit my top 10. I'm pretty sure that my mind could change, but as of right now, it's not going to hit my top 10 of the year, but I really, really love the movie despite its flaws that I'm going to get into. So, let's break this down. Directing. Christopher fucking Nolan. Holy shit. This movie is so ambitious in its ideas and its thoughts about quantum physics and the theory of relativity, space travel, wormholes, black holes. This movie will fuck with your mind. And Christopher Nolan wrote this with his brother, Jonathan Nolan. And they did research for this movie 6 years ago. And they tried to cram it into 3 hours. So that's why when I get into the faults a little bit, I'll explain why. But, they did a lot of research for this movie and how interstellar travel was possible and what actually goes on and stuff. So it's a very ambitious movie, and I give him huge props for trying something new. Because let's face it, as much as I listen, guys, I fucking love every single comic book movie, most of them that are ever made. I love sequels and blockbusters. It is nice to see a director direct such an ambitious and thought-provoking movie that costs a lot. So it's almost like a very thought-provoking blockbuster. So I give Christopher Nolan huge props for that, because you do not see that many movies like that nowadays. With that being said, I love the first 2/3 of this movie. They were amazing. I was on my seat the whole time. I was glued to the screen. My sense of wonder and curiosity alone was like, I want to see the rest of this movie. The space travel, it just starts to make you think as a human, and it's like, holy shit, what if we could go farther than we've gone before and find wormholes like this? I don't know. That's what going to the movies is all about, and that's what Christopher Nolan kind of raised in me, was the sense of wonder and curiosity and just simple entertainment to make you just glued to the seat and just make you just want to keep watching. I love that about the first two-thirds. Here's where it lost me. And without spoiling anything, I can tell you right now that when they get into like the third act, the last like 30 minutes or so, it lost me. Now, I'm not saying I'm fucking stupid, I don't know anything, because I know that's what probably most people will say, but the ideas in the film are so large and they're so kind of mind-bending and stuff that I didn't really think they made sense with like the previous two-thirds of the movie. Like I said, I might have to watch it again, but as of right now, the last 30 minutes I didn't really care for. I was like confused and I didn't really know what was going on, and you know, it kind of got back on track when like the last like 10 minutes played, but like, listen, when you watch the movie, you'll fucking understand what I'm talking about, but I just got kind of lost, and I mean, it makes you think like what Christopher Nolan was trying to accomplish, but I just didn't really care for it, I guess, and I wanted a little bit more explanation on it, because listen, like I said, 6 years of research, Christopher Nolan tries to cram into 3 hours. So yes, it is going to get a little obscure sometimes, and it's almost like you're being taught all this stuff while the movie's going, so I'll have to watch it again, but I just didn't really care for the last 30 minutes or so, but I love the first two-thirds. It's one of the best experiences I've had in a while. The one thing I really liked about the directing is the human emotion. Now, there was a couple of scenes where like the human emotion does go a little overboard in terms of like kind of cheesy and hokiness, but I really loved the connection between Murph, the little girl, and her dad, played by Matthew McConaughey. I love that connection. I love the whole father-daughter bond. That's one of my favorite things to watch in movies is like a father and daughter bond, or like a father and son bond, mother-daughter, mother-son. One of my favorite shows is Californication, and one of the things that made it work so well was the relationship between David Duchovny's character, Hank Moody, and his daughter. I love that. So Interstellar, it portrays that beautifully. I loved Matthew McConaughey's character and how he really loved his daughter so much. Yes, there's a lot of jokes going around that, like, you know, he pays attention to his daughter so much in the movie, but he doesn't pay attention to his older son. You know, I have a dad, and, like, you know, I'm an older son. It's kind of like, you know, the relationship's there, but it's like, you know, like, hey, Dad, how's it going? Like, handshake, you know, how was your day? Cool, you know, all that stuff. But, like, that's how it was kind of portrayed in the movie. And, like, you know, he pays attention to his daughter a lot. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that he didn't really pay attention to his son that much, because you need, like, a focal point in the movie. And his kids are the focal point, but yes, his daughter is more focused on, which I'm totally fine with. So I love the connection between McConaughey's character and his daughter Murph. I love that connection. And to wrap like the directing section up, like Christopher Nolan makes you think. Most movies are spoon-fed to you, which I fucking hate. I love movies that are thought-provoking to make you think. Under the Skin, one of my favorite movies of the year, made me think. Enemy, one of my favorite movies of the year, made me think. Christopher Nolan makes you think. He makes you feel. He makes you want to be curious about humanity and our species and where we can go in interstellar travel. And that's why I said the first two-thirds, I was so curious. And my sense of wonder was going wild. I was like a little kid again. I was like, oh my God, like, what if we went past Jupiter and Saturn, there was like a wormhole somewhere, or like a black hole that led to another dimension with another planet that had resources where we could live on. It was just that awesome, and I loved the directing for that. Like I said, last 30 minutes, but I might have to watch it again. Let's move on to the acting. Matthew McConaughey, man. All right. Now listen, you know, interstellar travel, it's some good shit, y'all. Like, listen, McConaughey has always been on my radar. Before he did his slew of rom-coms, he was in great movies like A Time to Kill, Dazed and Confused. That's where the All Right came from. Like, he's a very good actor. And then yes, he went through that slew of Failure to Launch and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days and Goes to Girlfriend's Past. Like yes, those movies are very dumb. But once he got back on the bandwagon and did like The Lincoln Lawyer, Killer Joe, which is an amazing film, Dallas Buyers Club, now Interstellar. The guy's on fire right now, and he's a very good actor, guys. If you did not trust him, listen. just give him a shot, please. Like, yes, I know he's got a weird Texas accent, and he has the same accent for every movie, but he's a really good actor, guys, and he's really good in this. I really liked, like I said, his connection with his daughter. And his daughter is the older version of the daughter in the film is played by Jessica Chastain. She's an amazing actress. I love Jessica Chastain. She's one of the new upper-comer actresses, and she kills it in almost every movie she does. So she's amazing in this. Michael Caine's in this. Anne Hathaway. You know, I have my reserves about Anne Hathaway. She's a good actress, but she just seems like too much of a priss when she accepted her award at the Oscars, like for Les Mis. She was like, "Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad." It's like she was orgasming on stage while holding the trophy. It's like, listen, Anne, don't act like, you know, that. Like, she's like, "Oh, thank you. I want to thank everyone, especially my husband. This is so nice, y'all." It's like, she's one of those, like, people, and it's like, I just don't like her as a person, but she's fine in this. Casey Affleck is in this. I love Casey Affleck, as well as Ben Affleck. I just love their whole family. Yeah, that's mainly all the actors. The little girl that played Murph when she was a child, I thought she did a very good job. So the acting is very strong. I have no problem with it. There's also a cameo by a certain actor in the middle of the movie, but I ain't going to spoil it for you. You're going to have to go find out for yourself, but that cameo was unexpected. Let me just put it that way. So yeah, the acting is strong all around. I didn't have a problem with the acting. Cinematography. This thing was breathtaking. Holy shit. I saw an IMAX 70mm film print, and when the 70mm shots happened, it filled up the entire screen top to bottom, and it was so amazing to watch. It sucks you into this world in outer space when they're traveling, and it's immersive. It really is, and it's just so beautiful to look at. The visuals are outstanding. The special effects, oh my god, like you wouldn't even be able to tell they were special effects. They were just that good, and I love everything, how it was lit, how it was framed up. Guys, it's just a beautiful looking movie. Like, seriously, like most outer space movies are very visually impressive, especially Gravity from last year, which I really like. But Interstellar, like, it's very mystical, and it's very kind of unknown territories of space. And when they portray that in special effects and the cinematography, it's just gorgeous to watch. And so I really love the cinematography. It's from I'm gonna fuck up his name, Hoyer von Hoytimer. Oh fuck it, just fuck it. His name is Hoyer. Yes, Hoyer von something. That might be wrong, but the guy that shot this, he shot Her from last year, and Her was a very well shot movie. And so just grabbing him as a cinematography, that just makes for a good movie. Editing. Let's move on to the editing section. This movie is 2 hours and 45 minutes. Now, for most people, especially if they get lost with the whole like physics talks, they might find it boring. I'm just going to be honest. Some people might find this boring and way too long. I thought it was a perfect length. Like I said, I was engaged throughout the entire thing. I just wanted to see what would happen next. I thought it was paced very well, but there was like a middle portion that kind of dragged just a hair, but like they got back on track, and it wasn't like anything that was totally distracting or anything. So I think for the entire time, I was intrigued, and I was just curious overall. So I enjoyed the 2 hour and 45 minute time length, but I can see how some people wouldn't. But overall, it's got a nice pace and everything. Make sure you don't have to go to the bathroom, because, like I said, it feels like a 5 hour long movie, and you might miss something. Because here's the thing: if you miss something in this movie, you're going to be confused. And I'm not saying that because I think everyone's stupid. I felt the same way, because they're talking about physics and, you know, wormholes and black holes. If you miss something, you might miss something when the end of the movie happens. So that's just my advice to you. I think overall I'm going to give this a strong 8 out of 10, a strong 8. I know a lot of people rated it higher than most. I'm giving it a B+. I'm not saying this is a shitty movie by any means, because it's not. It's a beautifully looking movie. It's ambitious. It makes you think. I love the acting. I love the sense of wonder and just voyeurism in the movie. I really loved it. But like I said, the last 30 minutes, man, it lost me. It really did. And so that's why I'm giving it a strong 8, but I really enjoyed it. It's one of my favorites of the year. If not, I mean, if it doesn't make my top 10, I still enjoyed it overall, like a ton. And I will probably see it again at some point, just not in the near future. I kind of want to marinate in it because I haven't even seen it. It hasn't even been a week now. So I would like to marinate in it just a little bit more, and I might raise up my score, but as of right now, strong 8 out of 10. Another thing I forgot to mention, music, Hans Zimmer, enough said. It's amazing. I love the score. So, have you seen Interstellar? Comment in that place right below my voice and let me know. I would like to know everyone's thoughts on it. But that's my thoughts on Interstellar, and 8 out of 10. Okay. That wraps up the majority of the podcast. Let's get to the box office results for the weekend, because I know you guys are curious. Which one did better? Interstellar or Big Hero 6? Because they both came out this weekend. Interstellar had Christopher Nolan behind it. Big Hero 6 is a Disney film that's also based on a Marvel property. It's animated. It's kids, family. What made more? Let's find out. So number 5 is St. Vincent with 5.7 million. It's the Bill Murray movie. Right now it has... Cool. I have a bunch of pop-ups on my computer, so that's what that noise was. Okay, so St. Vincent, right now it's got 27 domestic. Don't know what the budget is on it, so I don't know if it's doing well. Number 4, I'm about to fucking rip a new asshole on someone that says I like Ouija. Ouija is number 4 with 6 million on a budget of 5. It has made 56 worldwide. And I told you guys, rule of thumb, double the budget, it broke even. This thing has made so much profit, I wouldn't be surprised if they made Ouija 2 Ouijier. Fucking dumb. So stupid. Why? Give your money to Nightcrawler. Give it to Gone Girl. Give it to Interstellar. Just anything but fucking Ouija. God. Ouija's number 4. Number 3, actually, I'm really happy to say, is Gone Girl. This movie is hanging in there by a thread. Like, it's still in the top 5 consistently. It's awesome. With 6.1 million. Right now, domestic hauls at 145. Worldwide, Gone Girl's got 303 on a budget of 61. I'm so happy for that movie. Like, me and my girlfriend talk about it all the time. Like, we saw it at the beginning of October. Like, a month and a half ago. And, like, we still talk about it because it's just one of those movies that strikes up conversations. It's water cooler talk where it's like, man, Gone Girl, I still think about it. It's so good. Like, it's a good movie, guys. Go see it. All right, so top 2 spots. You guys knew it was going to be Interstellar versus Big Hero 6. What's number 1? Number 2 is Interstellar with 50 million straight up. And with its Tuesday numbers, it got 52 total domestic. And worldwide, it's at 132 for the weekend. Not bad. Seriously, not bad at all for just opening this week. On a budget of 165, I don't know. It's going to be tough. They have to make, what is that, 330 million even to break even? Like, I don't know. I think with the word of mouth, and like, I think it'll have legs, so I think it'll do fine. But Hunger Games is coming out in 2 weeks, so that thing's going to dominate. So you better get all the money while you can now. So number 1, Big Hero 6 with 56 million, domestic 56, worldwide it made 79 for the weekend. Not bad, but its budget is also 165, so it's got a long ways to go. I'm seeing it tomorrow. I'm pretty excited. So, yeah, Big Hero 6. One thing I would like to point out, Nightcrawler came in at number 6 with 5.5 million. I don't know why the movie's doing so bad. Like, dude, for the people that haven't seen it and like don't want to see it, is it the trailers that did it for you? Does it not look good to you? Like, is there just something wrong with it? I would like to know, seriously, because I saw it last weekend. I really enjoyed it. Jake Gyllenhaal's performance is out of this world, and I love the seedy, dark undertones of news and how people obtain footage of crime scenes and stuff. I thought it was really well done. And so I would like to know, like, why is it not just doing so well? And it's not doing well, and people are giving their money to Ouija. Why? That movie is littered with jump scares. Hey, I'm a character on my computer, like, ooh, cool, it's dark outside. Oh shit, jump scare, there was a cat on my window and a loud noise just appeared. No, like, those are not horror movies. Those are just stupid movies with stupid sound bites thrown in there to scare the shit out of you and not have, like, the real sense of terror and horror and just make you feel fucking icky inside. Like, it's just, oh, I'm so sick and tired of jump scare movies. Nightcrawler is legitimately creepy-ass movie, and I would consider that more of a horror movie than Ouija. Okay, enough with my Ouija rant. That is it for the box office results for the weekend, guys. Alright, let's wrap this thing up. That was a good episode, guys. I really enjoyed talking about Interstellar with you guys. A bunch of trailers that came out. Star Wars 7 released its title. My quick thoughts on that. My favorite outer space movies, real quick. And, of course, the box office results of the weekend. If you guys have any comments about anything that was talked about during the podcast, comment that place to rumble my voice and let me know. If you guys want to follow me on Spreaker, just do just that. Just click that follow button, and you will get updates on when I go live and when I post these things. If you guys want to find me on iHeartRadio, I'm also on there too, wider audience. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter to get up to dates on live shows, when I post stuff, or if I just post some random stupid shit during the week, it's at Real Chase Lee, REEL Chase Lee, all one word. If you guys want to like my Facebook page to get updates on live shows, when I post these things, movie reviews, news, whatever, Facebook.com/Real Reviews with Chase Lee, all one word. If you guys want to subscribe to my YouTube page, it is youtube.com/Shabutnik75, capital S, lowercase HABOOTNIK 75. And you can find a bunch of movie reviews or earlier podcasts. I do short films. I did a web series. I got a bunch of content on there for you guys if you guys want to check it out if you get bored, I guess. And let's see. I think that's it. So I want to thank you guys for listening. You guys are awesome. I love every single one of you, especially all the serial killers that listen to this and want to come hunt me down. I love you too. I always thank you guys every week for listening. And since this is my 1 year anniversary, I've been on this thing for, guys, I've been on it for a year. That's fucking crazy. So I want to thank you guys for the past year for this episode, listening to it. You guys are awesome. You guys are what keep me going and doing these podcasts, delivering the news and movie reviews to get for you guys, because this is what I love doing. So I'm glad I have the 10 people that listen to it. You guys are cool. So tune in next week for a very good podcast, I would say. I'm going to review Foxcatcher, Steve Carell, Channing Tatum, Mark Ruffalo, and I'm also going to review Dumb and Dumber 2. Me and my girlfriend are going to see it next weekend, and if she would like to join next weekend, she can do just that. So I will have a review of Foxcatcher and a review of Dumb and Dumber 2 for next week. So I guess I'll see you guys next week. Thank you again for listening to Reel Me In, a movie podcast. I'm Chase Lee. You guys have a great day, great night, and if you're listening to this while taking a shit, it's okay. I'll still be your friend. I mean, it's a little creepy, but I mean, I'll still be your friend if you want to listen on the toilet. Please don't listen to us while you're taking a shit. It's just awkward and weird. No, I'm kidding. You can do that. Okay, I'll see you guys next week for another episode. Yeah, okay, bye.